Hello, welcome to Era of Consults. My name is Lucky, and today I would like to provide you with information on different categories of DAD scholarships, the requirements, and the step by step application procedures. I will talk about what the scholarship covers, the requirements, and then I will guide you through the step by step application procedures. I'll also create like a mock or an exemplary application so you can replicate same once your application documents are ready. You may be wondering who is talking. Well, to make it short, my name is Lucky and I'm currently a graduate student at Ruhr University Bochum in Germany. I'm also a research assistant at the Institute for Materials here at the same university. Have been a recipient of various scholarships and awards, and I would like to share my experience with you as we go through this that application. Having said that, let's get started. First, I would like to mention here that the DAT scholarship is different from the normal tuition-free studies in Germany for international students, which means that as an international student, you can come to Germany for studies for free tuition, even without being offered the DAD scholarship. Okay, that said, let's now dive into the main scholarship itself. Okay, so DAD is a German abbreviation which is simply the German Academic Exchange Service in English, and it's a full scholarship offered to international students from all over the world to pursue masters, doctoral, postdoctoral studies, and short-time educational visits or research visits in Germany. And there are over 190 different categories of that scholarship, and it depends. Each of these categories depends on the applicant's interest or and qualifications too. And we have already compiled to make it easy for applicants. We have already compiled here at Hero of Consults. We have compiled list of different categories of the DART scholarship, and we have outlined the application procedure step by step so that students can easily navigate through the application and successfully submit the applications. So that's the essence of this video. So what you need to do is just to go to Hero of Consults, as I've mentioned before, just heroofconsults.com, and then you proceed to the blog area here. And then when you get here, you will see the different categories and the full detail and full explanation and the step-by-step application procedures. They are all there. So what we need to do is just to come here, for example, click this. Having gone, having come to this place, and you just go through, as I've mentioned before. Yep. So some of the benefits of the scholarships are listed here. Okay, yeah. So this is just the general DART scholarship, the full detail about the different categories of DART scholarship, and yep. So the scholarship is awarded to those who would like to have access to the best study and research opportunities, and the benefits of the scholarship. There is no tuition; you don't have to pay tuition. And then for the graduate students, like the master students and other students who are pursuing graduate programs, they get like 861 euro per month, and those doctoral candidates get 1,200, and the professors, academics, academia, or for example, researchers, maybe lecturers at different universities in their countries can come to Germany, and they will receive like 2,100 euro per month, including travel allowance and other benefits as well. And the requirements for the DAT scholarship are listed here. And the basic and most important requirements are like two of them, two of such. One of the such important requirements is that applicants must not have spent more than 15 months in Germany prior to the application deadline. That means that if you apply for this scholarship, that means you are expected not to have spent more than 15 months in Germany before the application deadline.
So I hope that statement is very clear there. And then the second most important requirement is that you need at least 2 years of professional work experience in your country before you can apply for this scholarship. Yeah, so these are the two basic requirements. So you can check the other details here too. And the courses eligible for funding include the language and cultural studies, law, mathematics, and engineering and medicine as well. So I think these are broad areas and quite general. So I think your course should fall in one of these categories, and I think you should be eligible in terms of course of studies. Yeah, and then the countries which are eligible for this that scholarship can be found here. So you can click list of eligible countries to know which country, if your country is part of those eligible for these scholarships. So we have different categories of the DAD scholarship. The first one is the DAD development related postgraduate courses for graduate students, for masters and PhD applicants, and then the research grant for doctoral programs, and then research grant short term grants. This short term grants is basically for those who are pursuing PhDs in their countries and they would like to come to Germany for maybe 3 months or 6 months to carry out some research. So they can apply through that for a that scholarship or funding, and they will come to Germany and carry out some research or their research and then go back to their countries after maybe 3 months or 6 months. And then this one is for 1 year research grants for doctoral candidates too. And then by research grant by national and so many others. Then this one is research stays for university academics and scientists. These are scientists who are currently in their countries but would like to come to Germany for a period of time for short stays and then go back to their country once their research is conducted to an extent according to their research proposals. Yeah. So how to apply for these scholarships? They are all in detail here. So and to apply for it is just quite easy. But I would show you the process here through the step-by-step application process. So first, I would like us to continue by taking one exemplary application process, which is let's take this one, this development-related postgraduate courses for masters and PhD applicants. So I will demonstrate this with this so you can replicate. The other applications seems almost similar or quite similar. Once we can do one of it, I think you can also replicate same when you want to go for any other one that you're interested in. So let's take this one as an example. So we go here and yep. So here we have the full detail. The full detail are here. I think these are the benefits, no tuition free, and then the allowances and so many other ones. Yeah. So and then the requirements, just as we've mentioned before, um, the English language requirements. I would like to mention here that most of the universities accept students even without TOEFL or IELTS if in your country, the language of instruction in your bachelor's degree or your master's degree or your secondary school or the language of your of your country in terms of the official language, if it's in English, then most of these universities will accept it as a proof of English. So you don't need to write TOEFL or IELTS. But if English is not the official language in your country, then basically I think you need them to prove your eligibility in English through a score of 6 or so in IELTS or TOEFL or a score of like this here. And then yeah, for those who are coming to study in German, whose language of instruction here in Germany will be in German. So they need to prove a B1 level in German. But if you're coming to study in English, then you don't need the German B1. You just need to prove your English proficiency. Yep. And then you need a motivation letter. Yep. This is very important because a motivation letter speaks volume of you. So you need to get a constructive, competitive motivation letter. And we've written an article on that on our site, our website. So you can feel free to check some of those stuffs there. So you need a good motivation letter, and then you need your English proficiency or an English proof if you're in your country, if your country is officially English, and then you need like a proof of 2 years work experience. Yeah, yeah. So that's the third stuff you really need to be eligible for this. And so the scholarship is for both for masters and for PhD students. And yeah, and then the location will be in Germany. So you're going to study in Germany if you win this scholarship. And then the courses eligible for funding include these ones here, medicine and the other ones. And the full list of eligible country courses can be found here. So when you click here, you will see the full list of eligible courses. And what else? So documents needed for the application, a field. So you need to fill up this form here. You can check it out. Yep. So you need to fill up this form, a filled application form. You have to fill it up, print it, and then sign it, hand sign. You have to sign it by your hand. You don't need to sign it on the computer using soft copy of your signature. No, you have to print it out and then sign it. Yes, this is what you need first. And then a personally signed CV, you need to go through this Europass website. So they require Europass format for your CV. So you need to go to Europass CV format, fill up your information there, and create a CV for yourself, and then print it out as well and sign it. These are the two things for now. And then a motivation letter and recommendation letter from your professor or your lecturer in your previous studies. So, and then employment letter, yeah, and then proof of English proficiency. And then, yeah, you can see some of those other requirements here. And then we move straight to the next item here, which is how to apply, and then the selection procedures. The first step is check the full list of eligible courses. And then the second step, apply and send your complete application directly to the university offering the program. And then an independent selection committee will go through it. And finally, the selection process will be finalized. And yeah, so this is just the process. So as an example, we are going to start with this. And then application deadline. Yep, the application deadline can be found here. So as an example, let's start with this. So let's just go to this place. So here we're going to find, I have to zoom this. Yep. So you can see like these are the courses, and then these are the application deadline for self-financing students. You see, so as even if you didn't get the that scholarship, you can come under the self-financing option. But in this case, you don't need to pay tuition fee as well, because German, most of the universities, or if not all, the public universities are free tuition. So if you're self-financing, that means you are going to take care of your expenses yourself. You're going to take care of your flight ticket and your other expenses yourself. So dad is not responsible for that. But if you get the dad scholarship, then you know that you are covered in terms of your transportation, your accommodation, and your other expenses. So that, and your health insurance as well. So dad will take care of those things. And the duration of the studies are here, and then the degree, the application deadline, and then the language of instruction. You see, most of these courses are taught in English, so you see that the German is not needed. So you just need an English proof, and then the institutions are here, and then the different courses, and yep, they are all here listed here. So you should feel free to come to this place, check which of the programs you're interested in, and then proceed with the application. So as an example, we are going to take one of these programs here. So I think we should just go with this development management course here. So when you click this, it takes us to the website of the university offering this course. And here we can get some information from the site or from the website of the university or the program itself. So yeah, so you can go through it to get some information about it. um, all RUB. Yeah, so some information are here, but for the sake of the video and the aim of this video is to make is exemplary application. So you just come to study and programs, and this is Master of Art in Development Management because we are interested in development management as an example. So we click this, and it brings us here, and some information are still given to us here. So the application platform for the Master of Art in Development Management intake of 2022 is open. So we see it's open, the application is open now, and then we can set details is provided on the how to apply section of this. So you see that this is like a dual scholarship. You can study in Bochum or in Cape Town, South Africa. So if you would like to study in Germany or in Bochum, Bochum is in Germany, you just click this and then go to the how to apply section. But before we go through that, let's just check if there are some information we can get from here. So you see the aim, entry requirements, relevance, training, and the other information. If you need, you can go through each of them, but we try to make it short. So we just go to this Master of Art in Development Management, Bochum, and then yeah, we came here again, and then they say how to apply. So what you need to do is just to go through these stuffs again, and then the third application deadline is for the intake is development management. Yep, 30th of September 2021 for candidates who wish to apply for a DAD. You see, this for candidates who wish to apply for a DAD scholarship, and then for the Master of Art in Development Management at RUB, Royal University Bochum. And then the deadline is 31st of December for all other candidates who are maybe, for example, self-sponsored candidates. You can still apply it up to December 31st. And then, yep, so you can check who can apply, required documents. Yep, so it depends on you. You just need to go through it. I think we've already outlined it on the website of EuroAF Consults. I think they are all there. So we need to proceed with the application. So we simply said applicants have to submit directly to the university via the online platform. So we just have to go through this online platform. We click this, and it brings us here. So you just have to calm down a little bit and understand what the requirements are. And this it said create an account. So that means we need to create an account to proceed with our application. And yep, so we need to create an account for. They said after you've confirmed your account, then you will need to fill up the application form here. So first, we need to create an account here. We click this, and then we fill up this application form or this account registration form. Last name, first name, email address, password, and then we click app sending. As I said, after completing the form, click app sending. So you click this after you've completed your form. But I've already done this. I've done this before and I've created my account. So once you've done this and click the app sending, you will receive an automatic email. So I think I received an email from them, and that was from here, Ruha University Bochum. Yep. So, and they said to activate your account, click this. So first, when you get the email, you simply activate your account by confirm it here, and then apply for the program of your choice by clicking this now. First, you confirm, and then you apply for the program by clicking this. So when you click that, it brings you here again. So what you need to do is just to click the main application, which is development management now, and it brings us here. So now we need to fill up the form now. So you see, so it brings us here. So you just have to fill up this application form. Try to pay attention to these details so that your application will not end up in trash. So so that your application will be valuable. So it's good to submit a competitive application. So try to pay attention to detail when filling this kind of application form. So try to go through these stuff very well. and then the selection of program. So you can choose which program. Is it Cape Town or Bochum in Germany or Cape Town, South Africa? Choose priority, and which one is your first choice or second choice. Then your personal data, you fill up everything here, and your CV. You see your CV. You need to attach your CV here, and every other information quite easy to fill up. Although it looks a little bit cumbersome, but take your time, get your documents ready, and then fill up all these stuffs. Once you're done, your transcript, academic qualification, and everything, you put everything here, and including your language also, yeah. And then the practical and professional work experience, you put your experiences, and yep. So once you're done, check for the second professional experience. So once you're done with this stuff, um, your references as well. So you can attach your reference letter from here, which you got from your professor or lecturer. You upload them here, and then you confirm that you agree with the terms and conditions of the website of the school, and then you submit, you save. Once you save, you automatically submit your application. When you save, then you proceed and then confirm and submit your application. The application procedures is quite similar, probably will be quite similar to the other categories of the DAD scholarship. And in our article too here at EROAF Consult, we have outlined the application procedure step by step, so it will be quite easy to follow. And I assure you that if you should go through the process there, you should successfully submit your application without hedges, without any issue at all. So I wish you all the very best. But you should note that it is one thing to apply for a scholarship, and it's another thing to submit a competitive application. So you need to check um, other of our articles on motivational letter, statement of purpose, and other guidance that can help you submit a, a competitive application. So thank you so much for watching through the video, and I wish you all the very best in your application process, both through that scholarship and other scholarships that are out there, which you can also find on our site, like so many other scholarships. So what you need to do is just arrange your documents, make good plans, prepare your document like your statement of purpose, motivational letter, and then you can push to gain your dreams of studying abroad or and on scholarships too. So guys, that's just it on the DAD scholarship application. I hope you find the video helpful. Wishing you all the very best in your applications. Also remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified when we create or when we post such video of this nature in the future. Thank you once again for watching. You should also try to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thank you once again, and bye-bye.